All-Star Saturday night from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Of course, tomorrow evening will be the 44th annual All-Star Game, and the players came into frigid Minneapolis. Of course, it's frigid in a lot of places. Minneapolis has nothing on them now. Big weekend here, though, an exciting opportunity for this expansion city. Shaquille O'Neal is dressed for the weather. Of course, now he's become a movie star. As the players are loosening up, you see Dominique Wilkins in the background on the East squad that'll be coached by Lenny Wilkins. There's Lenny Wilkins and Scottie Pippen of the Chicago Bulls. What a job Scottie Pippen has done. Shawn Kemp, we heard from earlier, be in the slam dunk competition. And George Karl, whose team right now has more wins than anybody in the NBA. And there's Kevin Johnson and John Stockton. Earlier today, the Target Center, the site of the 5th annual NBA All-Star Stay in School celebration. Joey Lawrence, Will Smith, Bob Lanier were there. 18,000 Minnesota middle and junior high students who had earned the right to attend by showing improvements in the 3 A's of attitude, achievement, and attendance. The gorilla, by the way, was an uninvited guest. He certainly didn't show improvements in attitude, achievement, or attendance. The Phoenix Suns mascot, the gorilla. The Target Center packed with people here tonight in the celebration of basketball called All-Star Weekend. We'll be back for the slam dunk competition right after this.
If I get in a slam dunk contest, I guarantee I'm telling everybody now.
With those words on draft day, Isaiah Rider guaranteed victory and a great competition. He leads an impressive young field that has been assembled to challenge veteran all-star forward Shawn Kemp, who hopes his power dunks will be the key to victory in his 4th try at the title. Antonio Davis, Robert Pack, and James Robinson hope to become known as the next human highlight film as they battle for the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. Beautiful view from the roof of the Target Center for the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. The competition field has been reduced to 6 players this year, and a change in the routine. In the first round, the players will have 90 seconds to do as many dunks as they want with a minimum of 3, and they'll get 1 score by the judges coming out of that. So it'll be kind of a combination of whatever program that they get into. I would say figure skating, but this is not nearly as rough a sport as figure skating, so I don't want to get into that right now. Shawn Kemp, who's been here 4 times, says he does not want to be the Buffalo Bills of the slam dunk competition. There is Isaiah Rider, who guaranteed a victory in the competition. They will be competing with Antonio Davis out of Indiana, Robert Pack from Denver. There's Robert Pack, a 6'2" guard out of Southern Cal, played with Harold Miner. Harold Miner is the defending champ. James Robinson from Alabama, and Harold Miner tried to get into this competition to defend his title all the way up until a couple of days ago, but his sore back simply wouldn't allow him to get here. So we know we will have a new champion this year, and we also have a man auditioning, trying to earn a couple of bucks, trying to find a life after basketball, and a man who's kind of in a shell, and we hope to bring him out of that shell a little bit tonight, talking about Charles Barkley. Charles, it'll be great having you with us tonight.
Well, I think it's going to be fun. It should be exciting. But you want to talk about dunking, the guy here, Mr. Dominique Wilkins. If you want to talk about dunking, you need to ask him. Dominique, what do you think of tonight's competition?
I think tonight's competition is going to be different this year. I was looking forward to Harold Miner coming back during the dunk contest, but J.R. Rider is my favorite right now.
Well, you know, I got another guy here who's quite a dunker himself. The guy's probably the best player in the league right now. He deserved the MVP so far, Mr. David Robinson.
Let me get that money to you, man. I'm just glad. I'm glad, man, these guys can go. I like J.R. Rider. I got to like him. He makes it look so smooth, but Shawn Kemp, he's got a lot of power.
So you going with?
I got to go with Rider.
Okay. Dominique, who are you going with?
I got to go with Rider, even though Shawn Kemp's my guy and everything, but Rider, he kind of scares me.
Do you think that the judges will be influenced by the crowd, knowing they're going to be making for Isaiah Rider?
well, hopefully the crowd won't, be biased. Of course, I know he's playing at home, but hopefully they'll judge it fairly.
All right, I'm going to go with Shawn Kemp. Let's go back to Bob now.
Charles, I have a question for you. Can I ask Charles a question? I've wanted to ask him this for the last 7 or 8 years, and that is why Charles Barkley never entered the slam dunk competition. Why, Charles?
Well, I think it's too hard on your body, to be honest with you, Bob. A lot of dunking is really hard on your knees.
Okay, Charles, thanks for the honest answer as usual. Now let's go to the introduction. Here's Bill Westland.
This talented rookie starred in the high jump in high school and went on to become the University of Tennessee's all-time leading scorer. He's now a starter for the Detroit Pistons, Allan Houston. Making his 4th appearance in the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship, this 6'10" dunking machine is one of the NBA's hottest young superstars. An all-star from the Seattle Supersonics, Shawn Kemp. This tenacious forward once won a slam dunk contest on a 12-foot basket. He's one of the NBA's top rookie rebounders from the Indiana Pacers, Antonio Davis. This rookie point guard has made valuable contributions off the bench for the Portland Trail Blazers. He stands just 6'1", but jams with the best of them, James Robinson. One of the NBA's best backup point guards, playing on one of the league's hottest young teams. Tough on the perimeter and explosive near the basket. From the Denver Nuggets, Robert Pack. Finally, making his Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship debut, one of the most exciting rookies in the NBA. He's been entertaining fans in this very arena since the start of the season. From your own Minnesota Timberwolves, Isaiah Rider. Participants in the 1994 Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship.
So from David Thompson and Julius Erving to Robert Pack and James Robinson. Here are the rules. 2 rounds in the first round, 90-second showcase. They'll get 1 score by the judges, a minimum of 3 dunks or as many as possible if they choose in that first round. And the players also have chosen music to go along with the routine. In the finals, it'll be the best of 2 dunks, but only 1 dunk will count in the finals. And after the first round, the top 3 will advance to the finals. So this year, a smaller field and also a little bit change in the routine. Each round, of course, scored separately, and there'll be a 50-point maximum. So that's basically how it is. The prize money in this, $20,000 goes to the winner. Last year, Harold Miner donated his prize money to charity, and I think we're going to see that becoming a trend, because for these young players, for the most of them, they're millionaires anyway, and this money is change to some of them, but they are donating it to charity in most cases, which I think is certainly a good sign. The judges here tonight, well, an all-star lineup. Julius Erving, Maurice Lucas, George Gervin, Paul Silas, Calvin Murphy. Calvin down on the right side there. You see Mo Lucas on the left. And Paul Silas there, the second from the right. Craig Sager in our picture will be talking to some of the competitors. And our first competitor tonight will be Robert Pack, out of Southern Cal, playing for Denver Nuggets now at 6'2". The players drew for the order of dunking tonight, and it'll be Robert Pack, James Robinson, Allan Houston, Isaiah Rider, Antonio Davis, and Shawn Kemp in that order. So first of all, just remember that there is a 90-second routine that'll be happening here. There was a minimum of 3 dunks. Once the music starts, the player has 90 seconds. Then he'll be judged on that total package and get 1 score from our panel of judges. A change in the slam dunk competition. The clock hasn't started yet. It is now starting. Robert Pack, who played in the same backcourt with Harold Miner. Now remember, it doesn't matter if he misses, because he'll be judged on his whole performance. Entire 90 seconds. A minute left for Robert Pack. Demuth throwing that down with power. "30 seconds left for Robert Pack. Each competitor needs to attempt at least 3 dunks. Oh, that's a beauty off the bounce and the reverse. A lot of 10s being shown up in the stands for Robert Pack, and that is his routine. The players don't have to use all 92nd. He made 4 dunks and missed 1, and he'll get 1 score for his routine from our panel of judges. All right, Charles, how about these replays? Give us a view of your opinion here.
Bob, you know what's amazing about, do you give a guy, this is a small guy who do amazing dunks, and is he going to get his justice? Because I think it's more difficult to do the dunks Robert has done because of his height. Obviously, a big guy can do these dunks a lot easier. So I think it's up to the judge's discretion whether you give a guy credit for being small, doing nice dunks, or a bigger guys.
Well, there's the score, Charles. You see it on the screen for the first round. That's a score for his entire performance of 42 with a maximum out of 50.
I think those scores are kind of low. Those are hard dunks because of his size.
I agree with you, Charles. I'd say he had power, and he had creativity, and he had a nice style to it all.
Our next competitor, James Robinson, already starting his routine. James Robinson out of the University of Alabama, also a guard, also a small fella at 6'2".
You can see he has explosion, Bob.
Yeah, he's kind of an underdog favorite here for some of the crowds of people who have seen this youngster play in college.
Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, yo, are y'all ready for me yet? Well, here I go.
47 seconds, a minimum of 3 dunks per competitor. They can throw it down as many times as they want in their 90-second routine. The routine of James Robinson. He made 4 dunks. He missed 1, so he'll be judged on those 4 by our panel of judges: Mo Lucas, Gervin, Silas, Murphy, and Irving. Charles? Give us your thoughts here.
Well, I tell you what, James Robinson wasn't good as Robert Pack. And he had a couple of really nice dunks, but I don't think he was as good as Robert Pack. What do you think, Dominique?
Well, I think his effort was good, but Robert Pack had a lot more force on his dunks, and one of the dunks that Robinson did, it didn't quite make it, over the rim. He kind of skipped the top.
A rub-in?
Yeah, kind of a tweener, you know what I mean?
A rub-in tweener. There you hear it from the men themselves. Robinson, you fellas were right, Charles. You see, he got a 39. And next up now, this is the man who is replacing Harold Miner, whose back did not allow him to participate. Allen Houston, who played at the University of Tennessee, now with the Detroit Pistons, known more for his outside game. But remember, Allen Houston was a high jumper in high school, did win a slam dunk competition when he was in high school. And let's see what his 90-second routine is. And by the way, Doug Collins, the winning coach in the rookie game, has joined us here. Congratulations, Coach.
Nice to see you guys.
Okay.
We thought last year that the judges were tough on people because they want the energy, the originality, and the creativity. They want to see it all. Then they hang you up with that thing called power. They want the power.
You saw Patrick Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo on the sideline. All the All-Stars turn out for the slam dunk competition. Scottie Pippen. Behind his back off the glass. Off his head.
I
I see chuckles from the judges. I don't know if that, and of course from the All-Stars who are on the sideline. Charles Barkley, give us your thoughts on Allen Houston.
Well, I don't know if he's going to win, but that was the most original dunk I've ever seen. That little bounce off the head. That was great.
Off the backboard, first of all, for the jam. But the one that really got the judges excited was the dunk off the head, and that puts him in second place right now. The judges are giving Allen Houston a 41-5. So Robert Pack with a 42, James Robinson with a 39, and a 41-5 for Allen Houston. And remember, out of these 6 competitors, 3 will advance to the finals. There you go in the first round. The scores, you see what Ryder, Davis, and Kemp have to beat. And up next, this is the man on draft day who guaranteed a win. And Doug, you said you were going to play him till he dropped. How are his legs?
I think he's okay. I think he's all right. I talked to him, and he and Antonio Davis, I think they're going to be okay. Now, he's got an opportunity here because he's got the crowd already behind him, and if he gets them excited with the first couple dunks, he should be in good shape.
And Charles, both David and David Robinson and Dominique have selected this one to win.
I think he's got a good point, but I think the judges are going to be influenced by the crowd.
Hey, Charles, this is Doug. Looked like Allen Houston bounced that ball off your head when he dunked it that time.
It would have bounced higher on my head.
Isaiah Ryder. Well, that brought the crowd to their feet. Now, they are prejudiced, but the All-Stars on the sideline are not necessarily, and they, too, came to their feet. 90 seconds, he has to have 3 dunks. Look at the look on the faces of the players. See Kevin Johnson?
You know what, he's got to be careful about expending an awful lot of energy here and getting nothing done. You know, he's got 1 dunk down.
The 2 that are down, counting this one now, however, have been the most spectacular of the night so far.
Now, I guess he's going to save that corner dunk where he takes the ball between his legs for the finals. I guess he figures he's in the finals, QB, so.
He just waved it off, Doug. I think he was going to attempt it. Now he just changed his mind.
That'll count as 3. But he better get in another big one if he wants to move into the finals here. 20 seconds left.
When they say power, they also want it to be clean.
That was big.
Well, that was I like that because everything else he did was bouncing the ball off the floor. And this was something a little different, Hubie.
Well, last year, anybody who bounced, they would give blows slow.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, what do you and your compadres think about that?
What do you think, David Robinson?
He played the crowd for all it was worth, boy, but he's got some ups.
Dominique?
He reminded me of myself when I was younger. He looked good.
Dominique said it best. He reminded him of himself when he was younger.
Not quite yet, Dominique.
No, I don't think so.
Ryder with the highest score so far of 46.8 for the. Remember, they're being judged on the entire 90-second performance. That does put Isaiah Ryder in the finals as they stand right now. So there you see, right now it's Ryder, Pack, and Houston. Davis and Kemp have to beat 41, 5, and 42 to move into the final 3. And our next dunker from Indiana, Antonio Davis, who is replacing the injured Doug Christie of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Bob, I want to tell you something. I've never really seen this young guy play in person. This guy's a good basketball player. When I put him in the game tonight, the whole game changed, Hubie. He can rebound. This kid is a good basketball player.
He has 90 seconds now for his dunk opportunities between the legs and down. Now, this is a big dunker. Antonio Davis at 6'9". Sometimes this reflects in the judge's opinion of how good his dunk is. 360. See some of the All-Stars on the sideline holding up their scores.
On your mark, get set, now go.
Antonio Davis played 20 minutes in the rookie game also. So
Well, I had to have him out there, Bob. He was good. I'm telling you, I really like his game. He's got power. He's got good hands. You know, it's tough sometimes, Hubie, for the big guys to do some of the creative things the guards can do because they can't handle the ball as well.
Oh, windmill two-handed jam by Antonio Davis.
Now, this guy is powerful. He's making it look too easy.
Yeah.
And that's the routine for Antonio Davis. He only used up less than a minute of his 90 seconds allotted time. Let's see what the judges think of that. Charles Barkley, how about your opinion?
He did some nice dunks, but I think because of his size, they're not going to give him really, really high scores. I think he's going to get penalized because of his height. Those dunks aren't easy, but the judges will consider them easy because of his height.
You know, Charles, don't you think it's hard sometimes for the big guys to do some creative things off the dribble that the smaller players can do?
I think the judges do penalize the big guys if they don't do something really, really fancy.
As you see, Charles, on our screen there, Davis and Robinson have been eliminated. The three who are now advancing to the finals, as of now, are Ryder, Pack, and Houston. But Shawn Kemp is next up, and he is the favorite in the eyes of some of the folks.
He's been my favorite for 4 years. You know, it's about time for him to come through here tonight.
Kemp needs at least a 41.5 from the judges. This is on his first attempt. I'll remind you once again, 90 seconds for the players. They must attempt at least 3 dunks.
Now that was power, Hubie. There's your power dunk.
He brought that from the mezzanine.
Another big one from Shawn Kemp at 6'10". Dikembe Mutombo, you see Charles Oakley, Danny Manning on the sideline, Patrick Ewing, the All-Stars in the background with Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins, David Robinson. They're all out here tonight. Behind the back jam!
See, there's a little charisma there.
Shawn Kemp walking off to a standing O. Charles Barkley, tell us about it.
Well, I can't get a word in because Gary Payton is the biggest cheerleader in the world over here. Shawn Kemp is definitely going to be in the finals. And it's going to come down, I think, to him and Isaiah Ryder. There's going to be a two-man race. Those guys are definitely the two best, with Robert Pack coming in a close third.
Shawn Kemp with power throwing it down. So let's see who has advanced here. The three in white have advanced. It is Ryder, Kemp, and Pack who will advance to the finals. 2 dunks each. They'll be graded on their best, and we'll be right back with the final round. All right, flying through the slam dunk competition here tonight, our 3 finalists are Isaiah Ryder, Shawn Kemp, and Robert Pack, and they will go in reverse order of their total points. That means Robert Pack will go first. The rules are simple. Each player has 2 dunks, no replacement dunks, and only the best dunk will count. And of course, the maximum score will be 50. Nobody got a 50 on the 90-second reviews of our panel of judges in the first round of 6. So we'll be down to 3 now. Each will have 2 dunks, and we will move our competition to the basket on our right. It'll be Pack going first, Shawn Kemp second, and then Isaiah Ryder. Here's Robert Pack, 6'2", out of Southern Cal, plays for the Denver Nuggets. Explosive young man. Now, no clock on this, simply 2 dunks. And I will mention one other thing that's sometimes vague in the minds of our viewer. A dunk that doesn't count is one that the player never lets out of his hand. No matter what he does, if he holds on to it, it won't count. If he tries to dunk it and he misses, then it's just missed. That's Pack's first one. That's a beauty. Only 6'2". Next up will be Shawn Kemp. Let's have a look at the Charles Barkley. What do you think about the Robert Pack dunk attempt?
I tell you, Robert Pack is, unfortunately, I don't think he can win, but I think he might have been the best dunker here. But because the crowd is so excited by Shawn Kemp and J.R. Ryder, this guy is a small guy. He's not 6 feet tall. The dunk he's doing is pretty amazing.
And the judges have given him on that first dunk a 43.8. And now each player will dunk once, rotating through the 3 finalists, and then they'll have another opportunity. So our second player with his first dunk attempt in the final round is Shawn Kemp. Charles, give us the play-by-play on this one.
Well, he's getting all limber. I think he's going to do something good.
Now, he will not get to replace that, so Shawn Kemp has missed his dunk. He will get 2. I will remind fans that only one score will count, not a cumulative score. Lost the handle on it. Charles, could you see that?
You know, I think Shawn Kemp is like me. I cannot palm a ball, and he can't either. And I think it just slipped out of his hand. Anytime I try to dunk, I try to use 2 hands or cup the ball. And I think the same thing happened to Shawn on that situation. The ball just slipped out of his hand.
So on the missed dunk, Shawn Kemp got a 25. But now remember, it's only one score that counts, so you'll just throw that out. And the number to beat right now is 43.8. And here's the local hometown favorite, Isaiah Ryder.
If he does that corner dunk where he takes the ball between his legs and comes up around the basket, that's his signature dunk that he made famous last year in the NCAA dunk contest.
As he's moving the shot clock, the cameraman, and the Gatorade containers. Isaiah is also an interior designer here at the Target Center. Here we go, Isaiah Ryder.
That's the one he wraps under his leg.
Isaiah is 6'5". He's not happy with the setup over there right in front of Scottie Pippen. Let's see if he asks Scottie Pippen to move. I doubt that.
Scottie Pippen got 3 NBA championship rings. He can't ask him to move.
Good point, Charles. Oh, between his legs. How about it? Charles Barkley, what do you think?
Oh, my God. That might be the best dunk I ever seen. That was awesome.
See what the judges give him. Remember, the high score is the one that'll win out of all the dunks here. A 49 from the judges.
Hey, guys.
Yes, Charles. Charles, how about your instant replay of yourself?
Hey, you know what? I want to know what happened to his other point. He should have got a 50.
Somebody of the 5 judges gave him a 9.
Charles, they wanted to keep the competition open here. That's what happened.
It has to be Dr. J, because he's the only one over there who can expect something better than that.
What, Charles, what did Dominique have to say about
Dominique, what you listen to this?
Well, I think it was a 50, no question about it. You got Dr. J, who's a veteran dunker, and the other 2 are jump shooters. They are. I think it was a mistake.
So there you go, Dominique. Charles, remember Dominique and Michael Jordan in Chicago a few years ago. So Dominique will probably remember that competition with Michael in Chicago.
Well, you know what?
Well, that was a home court job then.
Here's Robert Pack, who missed his dunk. So he has only the 43.8 to go with. That means Ryder has already eliminated Pack, and Shawn Kemp's dunk here has to beat 49, or Isaiah Ryder will win the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship. So it's all down to Shawn Kemp's final dunk.
Well, J.R. Ryder said last year during the draft that he was going to win the dunk contest, so the pressure's on Shawn Kemp now to make him dunk one more time.
Charles, did you hear what Shawn Kemp said to Craig Sager earlier? He didn't want to be the Buffalo Bills of the dunk competition.
Well, he is going to be. I'm a Buffalo Bill fan, but he can forget this one. That dunk by Isaiah Ryder is I don't know if I've ever seen a dunk like that before. That was awesome.
Shawn is going coast to coast, Charles.
think the judges have seen this dunk a lot, and I don't think they'll give him a 50 on it.
Okay, I like the fact that you do speak your mind. Shawn Kemp. The title is eluded him 4 times. Lost the handle on the ball, and I think you had it right, Charles. He could not get a good grip on the basketball.
He's got real small hands. I can't palm a ball. I don't think Shawn Kemp can either, and that cost him.
So Kemp only got 25 on his first missed dunk. He'll get a score here, but it's certainly not going to beat Isaiah Rider, who got the 49. Now, Isaiah Rider will not have to dunk again, but I think he has agreed to do another dunk. Let's see.
You know what? I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty amazing that even though he has a competition, if he does another dunk, that shows a lot of class on his part.
Charles, let's see if he does the one now where he pulls his shirt over his head and he dunks it. Those are the 2 he won the NCAA dunk competition. The one between his legs, and then he does one where he pulls his shirt up over his head and dunks it.
So Isaiah Rider is going to just do one more dunk to thrill the crowd. Charles, give us the play-by-play.
Well, I don't think he can do anything better than to pass that first dunk. We should have handed him a trophy after that dunk.
Talking to his men on the side there, asking for some thoughts on the dunk, and here comes Isaiah Rider. Well, as the Cowboys coach Jimmy Johnson said, if you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. Isaiah Rider,
well, he
guaranteed this win.
He walking and talking.
Well, that left no doubt in the minds of anybody here at the Target Center. The hometown favorite, Minnesota Timberwolves, who haven't, Charles, had much to cheer about this year, have something to cheer about now.
Well, I tell you what, he put on a great performance. But I guess now next year the game's in Phoenix, we got to get somebody who's a good dunker so we can steal it at home, too.
They gave Isaiah Rider a 47 on that one, but it was his first dunk, this one, that won the competition with a score of 49. Back with the AT&T long-distance shootout after the trophy presentation, right after this. Back to All-Star Saturday night at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our champion, Isaiah Rider, and we're ready for the trophy presentation at center court now. Let's go to PA announcer Bill Westland.
And now Bill Daly, director of Gatorade Sports Marketing, will present a check for $20,000 plus the Gatorade Slam Dunk Championship trophy to the 1994 champion, Isaiah Rider.
There's your champion, Isaiah Rider, with a baseline from out of the corner between the legs jam. That certainly was one of the better ones we've seen in the competition since the days when Larry Nance won the first one, Spud Webb, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan. There have been a long line of slam dunk champions, and that certainly will go down as one of the best dunks to win. And here's how they finished. Rider was first. Pack was second. Kemp finished third because of the ball slipping out of his hands on both his dunks. Missed both of them in the final round, did Shawn Kemp. Houston, Davis, and Robinson then finished. Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, the music was more bounce to the ounce, 15 pounds bouncing all over. What was the dunk called that you got the 49 on?
That was that East Bay Funk. That was that East Bay Funk. You know, I had to go back in the days of high school, go between the legs. So I figured not a lot of people do it. So, you know, I'm still going to do it till people do it.
Dominique Wilkins won this thing twice. We asked him what he thought about your performance. He goes, he's a young me. Charles Barkley said that's the greatest dunk he ever saw.
That's shocking. You know, I'm really grateful that they said that. They're all-stars. They're well-respected by me. I've been watching them since I was young. So I really appreciate them, you know, giving me a compliment like that.
You said at the draft you're going to win the slam dunk. You came up, you lived up to the billing. What now? Obviously in Minnesota, you're not going to be in the spotlight all the time, not in the playoffs. What does this do for you? What does this do for this franchise?
For me, it's a personal satisfaction. You know, our team is a lot better than last year. We're getting a lot better. We got a second half to look forward to. But personally, I have to be happy with this, you know. When I was drafted, I bragged and said I was going to win it, and I backed up what I said. So, you know, I got to love myself for that.
The crowd has to love you, too.
All right.
All right. You love yourself. You make great predictions. You said you're going to win it. What about this team? Give me some prediction about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, we're all right. We're all right. We're going to get a lot better. We lost, I would say, 7 to 10 close games. You know, as everyone gets comfortable with one another, you know, a lot of these guys are just new with each other the last 2 or 3 years. So as everyone gets comfortable and we start playing together and play a little bit harder and concentrate in the fourth quarter, we'll be all right. I'm going to do my part. I know that.
Well, you lead all rookies in the play of the day on CNN. I know that. Now you got the big one. Good luck, and maybe next year you'll be playing in the real All-Star game.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Minnesota.
Isaiah Ryder. Thank you, Craig Sager, our slam dunk champion with a 49 on the East Bay Funk. Charles Barkley, your first year as our commentator on this. What do you think about it? Do you still believe it was the best one you've ever seen?
I think that's one, if not, it's one of the best I've seen. Bob, I'll explain to you later what East Bay Funk is.
Thank you, Charles.
You know,
I didn't speak East Bay Funk, so I would take the translation would be helpful.
You can't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. Is that what they say?
Well, thank you. You're going to stay with us for the three-point shootout too, right?
Yes, I am. I'm a great three-point shooter.
I know it. I've often wanted you to be in that too. The intellect and the insight and the incredible intelligence of Charles Barkley will join Doug Collins. You'll be proud when we return to the Target Center.